Hello everybody and welcome! My name is Ryan, and here we are, it's here, finally, the 40,000 subscriber challenge. As voted for by you, the audience, we are playing Japan on an every civilization 50 player, yep that's right, 50 player, true start location, huge earth map. Chaos. Chaos is what this is going to be. It is a massive map. Can we do it? Can we win with Japan? Only time will tell. Firstly, I just wanted to thank everybody for all of their support. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. To get to 40,000 in itself was a massive achievement, and I've been thrilled to bits. What a crazy world. The fact we have to do this challenge in the first place is remarkable. Thank you also to everybody for voting on all of the polls. It's quite fun doing these little World Cups of who's going to win. Well, Tokugawa seems to be a fan favourite. Maybe it was written in the stars the whole time. And I tell you what, on a true start location, giant earth map, the Japanese start is definitely interesting. We are certainly going to need our wits about us to win this one. If you haven't seen one of these true start location maps before, this is a huge earth map with everyone loaded into their true realistic capital locations, and I forced it so that everyone has to spawn in their location. So my city was just plonked down. No settler, no moving, everyone is where they are. Yes, that means Europe is very busy. Yes, it means that some African and Asian civs have a lot of space. Looking to you, Mongolia. Looking to you, Congo. But every civilization that's ever been released as part of the core game and DLCs is here. All 50 of them. So just across the water from us, there'll be Korea, China. We'll have Vietnam, Indonesia, Australia, Cree, Canada, America, Maori. They're all going to be around. Equally annoying. It's Deity difficulty, standard speed, and we've got a few things to make this game a little bit more interesting. Because today, we're going to be doing a little bit of role-playing. I am going to do a true Tokugawa playthrough. We are going to be an isolationist Japan. My aim is going to be to stick to the home islands and keep all of my base cities on the Japanese mainland. And a couple of the little islands that are around Japan, like Hokkaido, and they get the name of this one just directly to the south? If it's in Japan, it's ours. If it's in Asia, if it's on America, I'm going to stay away. And we're going to keep to ourselves. I'm not going to look to conquer outside of Japan. I'm not going to look to even make an alliance. No alliances. I'm not going to give my open borders out. Friendships are fine, but no one is allowed into Japan. No one, under any circumstances. My trade routes will be staying domestic, and we are going to be playing what I like to call the opportunistic Japanese pirate civ. I will allow myself to go to war, to have frequent little pillaging raids. If you're on the coast and I can get to you, I may have a little bit of a nibble around your coastal provinces. I may pillage a harbour, I may raid a mine, but I won't be taking any cities. No, I'm going to stay on the Japanese mainland. There's a few things that I've added to this game to make it just a little bit more fun. We've got barbarian clans on. I just like the way barbarians work on clans. I think it's a really good improvement to the base game, and secret societies mode is turned on. Now, I have loaded into this game Fuzzle's Brigand Court secret society. It is a wonderful pirate-themed secret society, and again, a lot of the AI are going to choose it as well. It won't just be me. It focuses on a unique replacement lighthouse building. There are good pillaging improvements and an ability to get more trade routes than usual if I destroy barbarian encampments. I wanted something that kind of encourages me away from my island, even if I'm not going to be settling or conquering outside of it. You know, we have to interact with the world a little bit. We're also loading up CIVS Wide and Tall mod. Now, this is a mod that improves and buffs civilizations with 7 or less cities. It encourages tall play. It adds these wonderful sort of tall extension buildings that you can build in only the biggest cities. So we're talking cities with 17 to 20 population and upwards. It gives city growth to cities as long as you've got 7 or less. There are unique golden events. There are unique policy cards once you hit urbanization. And I'll be honest with you, it's going to be on the cusp as to whether or not I'm going to get any bonus from that mod at all. But what it will do is once the game gets into the Renaissance era, it will be buffing the smaller European civs, the ones with not very much space. They will be getting huge bonuses. I'm hoping from an AI point of view, it's going to balance it out a little bit. The smaller civilizations that are kind of stuck in place, they'll get growth bonuses, they'll get production bonuses, they'll get gold bonuses, they'll get a little bit of everything. Later on into the game, we have the option option to do this. Feudalism gives us install puppet government. This lets me conquer a city and install a puppet government within it. Now, it gives me huge penalties. I receive a minus 90% science, culture, faith, great person points, minus 50% production on genuine production and gold, minus 10% on food. However, that city no longer counts towards my empire for the purposes of anything that the CYP mod has to offer. So once I have feudalism, well, maybe puppeting Korea, China. Japan has definitely been very aggressive in its foreign policy over the course of history. We'll have a little bit of fun. No owning a city, only puppet cities outside, but I just thought this would give us something very fun, a very fun mechanism we haven't played with so far using this mod. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be tough, but with Tokugawa, I think we can do it. Enough intro, let's get started. Turn 1, and as you can see, like everybody else on this map, we are settled in place. There is nothing we can do. Everyone's like that. I'm also playing, I mentioned a few of the mods, but one of them I didn't mention was the Loyal Capitals mod. By the way, if you want to play this game, the save file is in my Discord. There is a bunch of mods you'll need. It's probably easier to come to Discord to get the save file and all the mod list. Don't try and replicate this yourself. It's really complicated. The Loyal Capitals is on, which means in Europe, none of the capitals are going to be able to get removed. Every civ should just about remain in place, if we're lucky. I'm going to move my warrior out to go and explore a little bit, see how much space we've got. I think the Japanese mainland on this map is pretty decently sized. We're playing with the yet not another map pack version of the Giant Earth map. It's a very good map. It's a very fun map. And as you can see, our starting tiles, we've got a 2-3 deer tile. We have ivory. We have truffles, whales, pearls. This is a really, really good capital. If anything, the number of luxuries might cause a little bit of a problem later because we are focusing on the Meiji restoration. All districts receive an additional standard adjacency bonus for being adjacent to another district. It's amazing. Oh, Japanese districts. Samurai, very powerful man-at-arms. Electronics factory, like regular factories, but with more culture and a tiny bit more production. And Bakuhan, trade routes, internally are ridiculous. The more districts I send into a single city that a trade route goes into, in the destination city, we get culture, science, and 2 gold for every one. It's brilliant. Now, I'm already working this 2-3 tile. I quite like that. We've got another 5 yield tile. We've got a 7 yield tile ready to work. I want to get the settler up and running as soon as I can. I'm going to, let's get a second warrior. We want to be going pirate Japan this game. And I also want to try and get a religion as soon as I can as well. That would be really handy. By saying that, I would like to improve my cities. Actually, I'm going to go builder and I'm going to go animal husbandry. Might as well work these. I should note, I have a couple of mods that extend the number of pantheons and religious beliefs. Sometimes on 50-player games, if you don't do that, you enter into what I call the Pantheon bug, where all of the pantheons have been taken up. You can't select one, and every single turn you have to force end. So because of that, I've got a mod that adds in a lot of spare beliefs. We will be able to pick a pantheon and religious beliefs from the entire list. There is no pressure, so it is a little bit easier. What you will find, though, is that the AI are going to be going for all the same thing. You might have, I think there's 16 religions are going to be on this map, and everyone will be picking exactly the same choices, so just be ready for that. Sejong, we've already met Korea. Honor to meet you. Love to sample your hospitality. You can see the Korean capital is right there. And this is where our ability comes in really handy. Cities within 6 tiles of Japan's capital are 100% loyal. That's going to be very, very handy. If I just show you what that looks like, it's most of all of the settling locations that we can get to up till this point. Any further than this, and we've got a problem. We're going to have an interesting choice in the sense of either I settle on this side and really front up to Korea and try and take over this bay, or I just give it to them and I put my city on this side and we just focus on basically taking over the Japanese bay on the other side. I don't know which is going to be the better option here. Either way, we are not going to be friends with Korea. I can just see it happening now. Tribal village down here. Yeah, we're going to have to make sure we move fairly quick. I do not want any of this land to be grabbed, and Korea is likely very quickly to get shipbuilding and move over. If anyone settles on the Japanese home islands, by the way, that is war. We are absolutely allowed to go to war and knock them off. I'm not having that. You respect my borders, people, and I may respect yours. I can't make that guarantee, though. Go on, relic. Go on, relic. Void Singers and some gold. Okay, we found Void Singers. I want to go pirates, however. That is something that I do want to go. Do I want to just immediately get my governor out? Straight into a Pingala start? it would help me just to really push as quickly out as I can. So I'm tempted to. I could go Liang, myself an extra builder charge and get these camps down as quickly as possible. I mean, that's not a bad idea. What have I've got 1, 2, 3 improvements. We could stick fisheries down. It's not really worth it. I think I'd rather just have Pingala. Yeah, let's do it. You never regret getting 15% extra science and culture in a city. It's too good. 2 population Tokyo, and look, immediately the borders expand. We have a source of truffles. Some snuffly truffles. 2 food, 2 production, 3 gold. Combine that with the ivory tile, our gold income will be pretty good. We're working the deer at the moment. Do I want the gold or the production? I think I'd rather have the extra production, but oh yeah, Tokyo is going to grow nicely, I hope. Anyway, that is as far as the land goes. My aim is, in theory, I want 7 cities or less, because then I'll get some benefit from the CYP widen tool mod. Not a huge amount of benefit, but some benefit. But then again, I want to make sure that I expand and use all of the land. I want to give my capital a little bit of space to grow as well. For instance, if I settle on the rice, then I could put another city down there. Or if I settle on this woods, there's a lot of competing things. Don't worry so much about fresh water. Early game, it may be an issue, but once lighthouses get put in, and I'm probably going to go for is it the audience chamber? Yes, it is the audience chamber. This will give 4 housing and cities. This is why I want 7 governors out. Optimum city location is much more important here. I could settle on the geothermal fissure. That would basically stop any of this being settled, though this island could be settled, which would be a little bit annoying. But it would mean that I could still settle down here, and I'm likely to have 2 super-sized cities. That's the thing, we want massive cities. We don't want lots of them. At the moment, I think that's a good idea. I wouldn't give a loyalty bonus, but yeah, as I say, it just stops any of this being used. I mean, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. I'm torn between multiple strategies here. Okay, we're going to work on the settler as quickly as we can, and let's get this builder improving the snaffly trufflies as my warrior comes back to explore the other side of the island. Marry my animals. It's the natural thing to do. Right, now we're going to get astrology. It's not important that we get a massively quick religion, but there are only 6 classical era prophets, and if we don't get one of them, the amount of great prophet points you need to get a religion gets massively more expensive, and I don't want to wait for that long. Up to 3.5 science now. That all helps. And bam, they're snaffly trufflies. Now, we could in theory sell these to Korea, but they're only going to give me 2 gold per turn, which is atrocious. So I guess I'll be keeping these for myself. Code of laws, usual stuff. God King, discipline. We haven't seen any barbarians yet, but they may appear at any point. Now, this luxury actually gives me enough to go to +3, which means I'm now getting 10% on all yields. Lovely. A little bit more production, a little bit more food. Gonna get foreign trade as quickly as I can. Maritime industries, 100% production towards naval units. Yes, a couple of galleys to patrol my coast is gonna be really handy. Seoul is going to steal some land at some point. We need to be ready for this. We need to be very ready for this. I just saw a barbarian galley float past. Now, it could be on the Asian mainland, or there could be a barbarian outpost directly to my north, which would be really good to go and find. So I'm going to head up in that direction. Oh, Mount Fuji. Back. I remember the days where that was a natural wonder and astrology would have been boosted. Alas, we have no such joys. Although, new barbarian outpost. There we go. Oh, we can hire a spearman from this one. A useful upgrade because that will give us a military tactics boost later in the game. Craftsmanship boosted. The deer is sorted. That's 3 camps already in my capital. That is a hugely tempting Pantheon. +1 food and production for each camp would give me 3 food, 3 production in this capital. That's growth that will last me a long time. Oh, Korea's being attacked, I believe. Are you? Could be weather, but that looks like an attack of some kind. That could be the barbarian, actually thinking about it. I am so torn. I am so torn here. The decision really is, do I want quantity of cities to really maximize my benefit from Japan? This really is the choice. We just plonk all our districts together to get the maximum adjacency we can from just maximizing the home islands, or we go for as few cities as possible with as much population. Because this is the thing, I could get 2 cities down, or 1 with tons of pop. I'm tempted to go for like giga Japanese mega cities. So instead of going for like 1 settlement there, 1 settlement there, 1 settlement here, just going for the 1, blocking off the territory so that no one can settle near me, and then just going for it. It says -1 at the moment. Don't worry. Loyalty-wise, we should be absolutely fine. And I am going to spend a little bit of gold just on the spearmen. This will be a good escort unit, and we want to be killing barb camps. That is something we do want to do. So we'll put the time and effort in now to do that. Now, astrology is 5 turns. I could put some time into getting another settler. settler. Is there another barb camp over in this area? I think, yeah, we're going to put some time into making the settler for now. I'm not going to finish it before we get the holy site down. There it is. There's the barb clan, and I can hire a galley from it immediately. That's really handy. Okay, I'll save up my gold for that. Very high gold start. I'm not lacking gold. That's actually really nice. Oh my lord, that's a lot of people going for a religion. That's a lot of people going... Okay, we're not going to get the first one, but I need to get one of the first 6 religions. That's very important. What a weird game. I love that. It's going to take me a while to defeat the 3 Sails clan, which in itself isn't much of a problem. I do want to get the galley from it. I want to just buy at least 1 galley. That'd be lovely. Oh yeah, there are a lot of barb galleys in that sea. Korea are going to have a problem. If they settle on the coast, big issue for them. Actually settling on this side of the landmass, that might do me a lot of favors in the longer run. Astrology. I should probably start thinking about districts now. Now, if we put the city center here, it means that a campus around this area is going to be a delightful thing. Tokyo is a little bit more nebulous. One thing we do have is floodplain. 2 loads of it, and I believe this tile won't accept a dam because it's only got 1 side of the hexagon on the river. This one probably does though. No, that's not floodplain. Right, so the only floodplain tile on this entire river is one I can't put a dam on. Okay, that's definitely not going to be a problem. Do I try and go Great Bath? That's very unlikely that we'd get Great Bath. That tile is a dam on this floodable river, which is slightly different. I expect then I'll aqueduct there, and I'll probably end up industrial zoning for a +6 in that direction. In the meantime, I think I'm going to put my holy site on the floodable river. Do I want to do that? It's a +2. It's got forest and then it's near my capital. Put it next to a volcano. There's a lot of natural danger in Japan. Funny that. And every time that river floods, that holy site is going to get destroyed. That's the only problem I'm kind of thinking about on that front. Could aqueduct up there instead. Then that just means putting a holy site on this floodable river, which is exactly the same problem. I could get rid of the rice. I don't have pottery yet, so I can't do that. I'm just going to have to accept the fact that my holy site's probably going to flood at some point. Well, what can you do? Let's get that holy site sorted. -1 loyalty. It's fine. It's next to a mountain, which happens to also be a volcano. -3. It's because the city currently shows as being unhappy, but that's not accurate. This city will be content because I do have 2 luxuries coming in. It needs a turn to figure itself out. I want to get a holy site down as fast as I can. This is the only tile. This sheep I'm going to have to replace, but resources later into the game, not so important for Japan. You want districts down. You don't want tiles just being sort of worked. So this is going to end up being a +4 campus. I expect that this will probably end up being a pretty good harbor. Start building it up. I'm always slightly hesitant to put too many pins down in one go because, I mean, when do they ever, come true? 155 gold for a galley, that is worth it because that just means I can start to explore the rest of Japan and into the ocean, meet some people, get some era score, find some trading partners, all of the good stuff, really. There you go. Nagoya is loyal. I thought it would be loyal. The happiness has come in. That is damning with an insult there. Sejong is pleased I have little science and culture. Cheeky. My first battle cry warrior. Oh, that helps a lot. There's a huge amount more space on this Japanese island than I feared there may be, which is pretty nice. So we're going for big cities. We're not necessarily going for many. We want them to be really big, punchy cities. What I'm trying to do is just maneuver myself over to the right-hand side a little bit because I'm on the continent of Asia, but America is over there. And because of the way the map is built, you might just be able to go and see it. But as soon as I find it, I'll get foreign trade. I can get my first trader up. And that first trader is going to be a really good thing to unlock as quickly as I can. So see if we can go and do it. This Barb clan, we'll go and defeat that. That's all good. I actually want the Barb clans later on into the game to be spawning as much as possible. Seems really weird. Stonehenge has already been claimed. Just watch the religions get taken. They're all going to go for the same things. As I say, we've got a couple of religion expanding mods on today, so you'll see some choices you may not have recognized, like a culture worship building. Very nice. But that estate workforce boosted, a holy site finished. And a lot of people are going for profits. My capital just has to go for the holy site prize. We have to rush this through. We need to be in the top 6. Let's disperse this clan. Give ourselves 3 era score. And we found another couple of secret societies, including the one we're after, Brigand Court. We can upgrade and unlock Seaman. No jokes. Let's be mature about this, people. Unlocked by destroying a barbarian camp. You may purchase one phantom flagship unit, which is a wonderful unit. It's like a one-off hero unit. I love it. But the main thing is +1 trade route capacity each time your phantom flagship gains a promotion. Oh, that's changed. Oh, that used to be every time you defeat a barbarian camp. All right. Well, yeah, every time we get a promotion with our phantom flagship, that's much easier to do. Well, I guess less scalable, but very, very doable. Oh, Hokkaido is up there. We need to go and settle that as soon as we can. Vietnam, doing Vietnam things with their science and culture. My lord, they normally just blast into your average game. Very effective. Should buy my luxuries for a lot more. Unfortunately, my luxuries are pretty much the only thing keeping my cities happy at the moment, so whether or not I want to do that is another question. Oh, look, there's America. There's America. I just can't quite get there. Come on, give me the bonus. Oh, it's like the map is done this deliberately. It knew I wouldn't be able to find America. Fine. All right, well, I guess we'll just have to manually do foreign trade because I do need that because I want the trader up as quickly as possible. That's what I'm saving my gold up for at the moment. Nagoya is just about holding on to the loyalty, but I'll want to put a governor in that city as quickly as I can. Oh, my lord, I'm so far down the list on religion at the moment. Don't worry. I'm feeling optimistic about this. I love that. A barbarian builder has just wandered into my land. Oh, it wants salvation. It wants to be rescued. Is that what's happening? That's what I'm going to say is happening. Oh, multiple galleys. Oh, yeah, I worried that this little stretch of ocean would be full of barbarians, and so it is proven. All right, we might take a little bit of a hit here, but if I can just escape back and go and heal, we might get away with it. Yep, a double hit. That's not good. I did a lot of damage back, but I don't want to be staying around here, so let's go and run away. Now, here we go. This is what I said about the Pantheons. I put a mod in so that anybody could get anything. So there's no competition. The problem with these large games sometimes is that Pantheons literally run out. So we've got the choice. We've got the choice for anything. And actually, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 camps that we can put up. So the 1 food and 1 production from camps is a really tempting thing. We could take a 3 settler. I could take a great person point from holy sites. We could go for breathtaking appeal and go for faith. That's not a bad option. In fact, we actually have some expanded pantheons on this game. So there is one that would give me +1 science from tiles with breathtaking appeal. Now that is tempting. I'd only be getting 1, 2, 3 tiles, but I mean, that's a lot of extra science. Do I want the science or do I want the food in production? Ultimately, later, fishing boats is also a really good one. I could get faith from fishing boats. That's an option. 2 city-state envoys and an extra influence. There's a trader one. I can't remember where the trader one is. Oh, there it is. 1 trader at capacity and a free trader in the capital, and then +1 gold from all trade routes. I mean, that would really play into our Japanese ability, wouldn't it? How many more camps are there? There's 1 deer, obviously, by Nagoya. There are no more luxuries that I can see on the Japanese islands, and there's no more. So that's kind of it. It would only be 4 tiles that I'd be working. So lots of benefit now, but not much later. Fishing boats is tempting. We've got pearls, we've got whales, we've got crabs. We want to put harbours in pretty much every city we can. But I think I'm going to go for the science. I think the science for now is probably worth it. Just helps with the early game so much. Yeah, let's do it. +1 science and all breathtaking tiles. There's only a few I'm working in my capital like that, but this Nagoyan city is very useful. So we're going from 6 science to 10. Only +4. That's a really good +4. You know, after my first holy site project, this doesn't look as bad as it could have done. Look, I'm right there in the pack now. 17 points out of 60. Top 6. That's all we need to do. What is this builder doing? Get out of my land. Or, stay in and then I'll grab you. Military tactics boosted. Trying to work out what the next best option is in terms of second district. Shall I go campus or harbour? Harbour's really quite handy. Bring the trade routes in. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Improve TC resources because we've got an option very soon to pick up another builder and work a pearls and whales, which would give me 4 luxuries improved. That's awesome. Barb clan destroyed. We now have foreign trade. Maritime industries would be useful, but urban planning I'm going to pop in briefly. Get that trade route up and running as soon as I can. Oh, getting there. I reckon one more project, and we'll have this sorted. Well, that's a lot of boats that Vietnam is just bringing around my territory. I need to close my borders as soon as possible, I think. It's Barbarian Galley. Barbarian Galley has followed me the entire way back home. Please stop. There is a bit of a risk here. A bit of a risk that I'm going to have war declared on me by Vietnam. They've got a lot of galleys. I don't really want to take that risk. So let's get rid of discipline briefly and put in maritime industries. 7-turn galley. I mean, I've got 1 galley at least. That'll help a little bit. This is what I mean about the religion. So you can see Oriental Orthodoxy has gone feed the world, and then Vietnam's religion has also gone feed the world. So lots of people are going to be picking the same beliefs. It's just one of those things. We'll take it. We actually managed to hunt down that builder though. 2 charges. That's what I need. I'll take it. Let's get a trader down in my capital. I'm going to start trading with Nagoya. I want to get some bonus from my Tokugawa ability, and I've got 1 district in this city already, so that would be worth 1 extra science, 1 extra culture, and 2 extra gold for the trade route, which is pretty good, on top of the yields that Tokyo will get anyway, which I think is going to be 2 food because I get 1 from the holy site and then another production on top of that. Yeah, what did I say? 2-1, 2-1-1. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought it would be. Excellent. Okay, Tokyo will continue to grow nicely. We want a big, strong Pingala capital if we can get it. 56 out of 60 points. No point doing another project. I'm just going to let it tick over 2 turns and I will have a profit. And oh, a lot of people have just got them out. Everyone's going feed the world. You see? Told you. It's always the best. Oh, I really hope I get it. I really hope I get it. I think that's profit 6 out of 6 in this age. Yep, it is. So if we now look, you'll see, oh, it's gone to 120 points. I could not have timed that any better. Fantastic. Oh, it always takes a little bit of emphasis out of your start, a little bit of momentum, but we get there eventually. Oh, there's so many picks. Well, there are a few different options we can go for here. And again, ignore the fact there's multiple options. It's a lot of the same usual stuff, but there are other things as well, like buying commercial hub, entertainment complex, and water park buildings with faith. That's quite handy. Purchasing harbor and industrial zone buildings with faith is really cool as well. Shrines and temples providing science. Oh, it's very tempting. I think I'd go food over that. Don't forget, we're going for big cities. I really want to work every single tile I can. 1% culture for each citizen following the religion. 1% production for every citizen following the religion. Both of those are pretty good. Jesuit education, feed the world. Oh, feed the world has been changed in this. I remember now. They've swapped it. It's gone from 3 food, 2 housing to 2 food, 3 housing. So they've actually changed it around, the mod I'm using. So it's, I think, a little bit worse. The difference between work ethic, which is good with Japan because you get huge holy site adjacency, and fruits of labor, which is 1% production for each citizen, is that fruits of labor gives you nothing at the beginning of the game, but by the end of the game, 25 population city, that's 25% bonus production. That'll absolutely beat anything else you've got going on. I think I'm going to be boring and stick to my guns. I reckon, yeah, feed the world. Just for me, having a few cities, I need them to be as big a population as is physically possible. I'll take the science instead from cross-cultural dialogue. 1 science for every 4 followers of a religion. That'll give me a little bit more. I could have gone for 1 per city, but I think that will stack really nicely later. Oh yeah, we've gone for this sort of very grey religious colour. Really easy to identify. I'm going to do the same thing. Rather than going for 2 cities on this mainland bit, I'm putting 1 down to block off all this territory. We're going big. I'm going for huge cities. It's a weird way of playing, and I know that. I get that. But it might just pay off. You never know. Shipbuilding, boosted, writing, obtained, 2 galleys now. 1, 2. I was going to poke out a 3rd. Oh, you know what? I think, yeah, it might be the writing is wrong because the shrine is saying that it gets 3 food, whereas my religion says it gets 2. I think it might just be a typo that. All right, let's get the shrines in as quickly as we can. 2 sea resources, done. Oh, Celestial Navigation is almost there. Let's just pick that up quickly. It's Classical Era tech. We're not going to get a Golden Age into the Classical Era. I very rarely do, to be honest. But this is just fine. This is just fine. It means we're going to get our first Classical Era tech next year, age, and we should be able to sort of jump on that a little bit. Classical Era time. Let's see how lucky we get this time round with our neighbors. I don't think Korea was doing particularly well. Normal age. Vietnam is golden, though. So I might have a bit of loyalty pressure from them going forward. If you need era score, free inquiry is always the way to go. I could get 2 for every time I convert my religion, but I'm not really going to be spreading my religion outside of my borders much. So I'll hold off on that one for now. We have unlocked another governor, though. I do want to get the Brigand Court. That would unlock me a Phantom flagship, but I'm going to hold off that for a second and pick up Pingala's Connoisseur. Oh yeah, I like how CYP's mod has now expanded this slightly to make sure that all of the tall extension buildings you can get now have the appropriate wording. Excellent. So Connoisseur gives you the culture per turn for each citizen. Also gives you more tourism later if you've got a theatre square tall extension, but we don't have anything like that to worry about at the moment. But as you can see, we've gone from 4.8 to 9.8 culture. Excellent. City number 3. Oh, that's very good placement if you ask me. Got some horses in that city. A lot of breathtaking yields to pick up as well. In fact, I can actually improve those two by popping the holy site on this tile if I wanted to. But there is a nice +3, which I'm tempted to pick up, although saying that, I mean, this is an amazing tile. That is an incredible tile. If I were to go holy site on this tile, I could then campus there for a +4, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think instead I'm going to go for the holy site, and then I'll campus on this tile instead, and then harbor over there. And if I move this holy site there instead, it gets a little bit less, but I think, yeah, we get some more appeal. It's weird. I'm actually going to ignore a lot of the adjacency there and build a subpar holy site just in order to actually improve some appeal. Feels weird to do it that way around, but I'm happy with my strategy. So at the moment, there is a potential +3 campus that I can pop down on this tile. It's a really good tile I'm working, but if I were to government plaza there, in theory I could then really +5 campus, and I could get a harbor that's pretty good, a +4 over there as well, which would be fairly neat. Whether I want to keep that tile alive for much longer, it's a really good one. I don't want to be getting rid of it too early, but I think if I get the government plaza on this tile first, yeah, let's do that. Let's get the government plaza going first. There's archery. You know, there are technically wonders still available, and I do have 15 production here. Oh, if I went for autocracy, went wonder building, it's tempting. I mean, they would be very decent tiles I would be missing out on, but it's always tempting. The shrine is giving me 3 food. Okay, so it is 3 food and 2 housing. It's that way around. Ignore what the religion says, okay? It's wrong. It's wrong. We're right. Yes. Now is the time to meet as many people as we can. Wu Zitian. Hello, honor to meet you. Love to sample your hospitality. Remember, I'm happy to go and explore other people's lands. I just don't want to let people into mine. I will buy some gypsum. Oh, yes. Is that Tokyo? Tokyo's ecstatic. 20% boost to everything. Good to know. Good to know. Why am I always slightly worried when Wu Zetian wants you to be friends with you? It's like, it's the play here. Now, the rule as I'm playing it, I can accept friendships. I just can't accept alliances. The thing I can't do is open up my borders to anyone. My borders are now closed. I can ask for the rights to other people's borders, but I can't let anybody else into mine. That's how I'm playing it. That's what we're going to do. There's researcher. Tokyo is now firing on all cylinders. We have all the science and culture we're going to get from it. Now I'm going to start spreading the love and spreading my governors out to different cities. There you go. China's my friend now. Apparently. We can see how differently the AI starts on different civilizations on this map. Korea, 1 city, very much stuck in. China, 4 cities, 10 population. Vietnam, 6 cities, 21 population. They are by far the biggest spreader so far. Vietnam also can afford my horses. I will send them my source of horse, my lasagnas, in exchange for gold. Yes. Given the fact they've got all this land though, I am surprised we haven't got more luxuries. And actually, the weird thing is that Japan, the mainland, is kind of bereft of luxuries apart from this sort of sprawl around Tokyo. I think that was maybe the legendary start happening there. This is where we're going to have a problem. Vietnam, if you start settling on the home islands, we are going to have a problem very quickly. There is a little bit of gypsum over there we can go and get. You know what I could do? Should we block off access completely? I think we should. We're shutting the islands down, everyone. Can't get through now. Stay out of here. This is my land. Total waste of money doing that. Total waste of money, but if it keeps me safe, it keeps me safe. Masonry, walls, let's hope I don't need those. Yeah, that's right. Settlers going off in the other direction now. Do I pick up the Brigand Court? Is it worth getting my unique boat? Every time I promote it, I get another trade route. I think this is something I do want to start building up. So Brigand Court. Here we go. Now the Phantom flagship is an expensive thing to buy. How much is it? 400 gold. Oh, 16 turns to build it as well. So it's not a quick one to build. This is probably a really bad idea, but I'm gonna try and get Temple of Artemis in my capital. There's no perfect place for it, but I can get as many plantations and pastures and everything in if I put it on this tile. It's kind of in the middle of my nation, but it's 4 food, 3 housing. This is gonna be the sort of thing that makes Tokyo massive later on, so gonna give it a go. I'm sorry, where do you think you're going? No. Oh, so cheeky. It's so gloriously cheeky. Do I really want to spend all that money? Oh, I mean, they're just going to settle here and there's no loyalty for them. I don't know how they're going to expect to keep that. It's so much money. Oh, it's so much money. I can at least force them away just like 1 tile. Maybe next turn I can afford another. This is burning all my gold, but I don't want to let them through. Oh, this is really annoying. I have to give 1 gold away per turn to get 13 gold so that I can afford to grab this tile. But there we go. We've cut them off. We've cut them off. Get out of Japan, I say. I was going to use all of that gold, by the way, to get a pasture down, which has cost me science, because I'm trying to get all the way to construction as quick as I can. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, but it is a little annoying. Anyway, we're through. There's Halong Bay, and we are going to start exploring the world. I'm going to meet people. We're going to go see India, Indonesia, Australia, Persia, and we're going to go and explore the rest of the world. Era score shouldn't be a problem for us this turn. Now, if this settler turns around and heads back out to sea, we know we've won. It's just stayed still. We might have broken the AI there. That's even better. As a result, that's even better. Kimmer, how are you, friends? Honored to meet you. Love to sample your hospitality. And through we come. They've got vampires. That's fun. Let's also enjoy getting a couple of harbors down. I want to just focus on these for the trade routes. That'll look lovely. And build up 400 gold to get my Phantom flagship. That is going to be an important one for me as well. And admittedly, I could sell a lot of my luxuries for a lot of gold per turn here. Is it worth it? I mean, I'm getting so many yields, I'm getting so much production and science and culture and all the good stuff. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Davalex, Skeptical Bear, Alex Noob, Cinnamon Beard, Petra Ryan, Rom88, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Boyzoro, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Esri Dax, Deeble Time, Shoelace, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Clint Hennis, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Victor McPupster, Indigenous68. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!